Callie Ann lived in the old times when animals could talk. Her papa had died, so Callie Ann and her ma worked hard to make a go of this small farm. Many men courted the pretty widow. She refused them all. Callie Ann wished her mom would marry Mose, who plowed the fields. But her mama just said he's a good man, but he's common as a shoe. I plan to marry a quality gentleman. Yes'm, her daughter said. Still, Callie Ann thought good-natured, hard-working Mose would make a fine stepdaddy. One day a stranger strolled up from the piney woods. He wore a fancy coat, white spats, and broad hat pulled down low. "I come to pay respects, ma'am," he said with a bow. He patted Callie Ann's head with a hand as big as a shovel and said, "Pretty little girlie you got, near as pretty as her mama." "Thank you kindly," said Callie Ann's mother, smiling. "Do come into the kitchen and set a spell," she whispered to Callie Ann. "Now here is a quality gentleman. See how well he's dressed." The girl tried to be polite, but she couldn't help staring. The big fellow's chair groaned as he gobbled down sugar cookies and spooned the sugar bowl empty to sweeten his lemonade. And he always kept his hat brim between his face and the mother and daughter. "Surely got a sweet tooth," Callie Ann's mom exclaimed. The cookies are gone, but I could fix biscuits and honey." "I won't say no, ma'am," the man answered. Well, the biscuits swimming in honey disappeared as fast as cookies. When the stranger opened wide to swallow the last biscuits, Callie Ann saw he had a mouthful of big sharp teeth, long teeth. The girl then spotted brown fur peeping through a hole in one white spat. But when she tugged on her mama's sleeve to show her, the woman scolded her and said, "Child, you as jumpy as a worm in hot ashes. Get you outside and leave us be." So Callie Ann went and played with the dogs who were chained behind the house. Near evening, the stranger left saying, "I'll come calling tomorrow." Frightened, Callie Ann ran home and said, "Mama, that fellow is really Mr. Bear who is just coming to eat whatever we got that's sweet." "Hush, child," her mother said. "Telling lies about a quality gentleman. One more word and I'll send you to bed with no supper." Callie Ann stayed awake most of the night studying what to do. In the morning she found Mr. Bear sitting in the kitchen. He was drinking iced tea, sugar thick as syrup, and gobbling molasses cookies. Callie Ann shouted, "No more tricks, you old bear, you!" And she knocked his hat clean off his head. With a roar, Mr. Bear burst out of his clothes. Callie Ann and her mama ran out the door shouting for Mose. Quick as a wink, Mose unchained the snarling, snapping dogs. Mr. Bear shook his paw at Callie Ann. "You ain't seen the last of me, girlie," he yelled. Then he hightailed it for the piney woods. From then, Callie Ann often saw Mr. Bear lurking at the edge of the woods. Worried, she asked Mose, "What should I do?" "I got to go away for a couple of days," Mose said. "Anytime you leave the farm, set out a bowl of milk. If your mama sees it turn red and boil, that means you're in trouble. Then she's got to loose the dogs right away." Shortly after Mose left, two ladies came to the porch where Callie Ann's mama was churning butter. Callie Ann was tying up bean vines nearby. The ladies had pretty fluffed out petticoats, bonnets with long veils, parasols of green silk, and long white gloves. "Ma'am," one lady called, "it's so hot. Could you please give my sister and me a little honey? Wouldn't you rather have cool water?" asked Callie Ann's mother. "No, ma'am," said the other lady. "Honey will perk us up just fine." So Callie Ann's mama brought out the honey jar and a spoon. Ignoring the spoon, first one lady, then the other ate noisily. Callie Ann whispered, "Mama, they're licking honey right out of the jar that." "Must be how quality folks eat," her mother said. "Just look how fine they are dressed." When she gave back the empty jar, the First Lady said, "That girl yours looks like a clever child. Could she show us the path through the woods?" Callie Ann cried, "I don't want to go." But her mama scolded her. "Shame on you carrying on in front of quality folks. Mind your manners and help these nice ladies." "Yes, ma'am," Callie Ann said. Before she left, she put out a dish of milk the moles had told her. She said, "Mama, if this turns red and boils, you loose the dogs." When her mother agreed, Callie Ann set off skipping, and the ladies had to hurry to keep up. Soon they were panting on so in their heavy dresses that they puffed their veils up. Callie Ann spied shaggy brown ears on one and a furry snout on the other. She ran for the tallest pine. The ladies dropped to all fours and raced after her, but Callie Ann scrambled up the tree just ahead of them. The First Lady called, "Girlie, come down and show us the path through the woods. Just keep on the way you're going," Callie Ann yelled back. The Second Lady shouted, "We'll tell your mama how bad you are. Just tell her how scared I am of ladies with fuzzy ears and noses who run like four-legged critters," Callie Ann answered. At this, the ladies pulled off their dresses and gloves, and Callie Ann saw two big she-bears snarling up at her. They couldn't climb the tree because they had trimmed their claws to pull on their gloves and shoes. "Come down here, girlie," they roared. "We got to take you to our brother, Mr. Bear. He's mighty cross with you." They shook the tree something fierce, and Callie Ann clung for dear life. Back home, the milk in the dish turned red and boiled, so Callie Ann's mama freed the hounds, who raced for the woods. When Callie Ann saw them, she yelled, "Here, dogs!" "Here, dogs coming," warned the first bear. "Sister, get going!" cried the other. Off they bolted, chased by the barking hounds. Then Callie Ann climbed down. She began walking home, but she was so busy thinking about the bears, she took a wrong turn. At dusk dark, she realized she was lost in the woods. She was pretty worried until she saw a lighted cabin window. When no one answered her knock, she pushed open the door. The place was lit by a chimney fire and candles. A tall mirror on wooden legs stood in one corner. Ash cakes were cooling on the table. Looking out the window behind them, Callie Ann saw a fast-flowing river far below. Suddenly, through the open door, she spotted Mr. Bear galumphing up the path. He carried a chunk of honeycomb and angrily rubbed his swollen bee-stung nose. Callie Ann slammed and barred the front door. Mr. Bear rattled it. "Who's in my house?" he demanded. Callie Ann did not answer. Mr. Bear pounded on the door. "I brung honey for my ash cakes, and I want them before they get cold." Callie Ann thought, if Mr. Bear and his sisters can pretend to be quality folks, I'll pretend to be a bear. She dragged the stool over to the door and stood on it. When Mr. Bear asked again, "Who's there?" Callie Ann cupped her hands and called out in a growling voice, "Bigger bear!" "I'm the biggest bear around," Mr. Bear roared. "I'm bigger," the girl yelled back, standing on tiptoe so her mouth was higher than Mr. Bear's head. "Go away so I can finish these ash cakes." "That's my supper," cried Mr. Bear. He shook the door even harder than before. "Get before I have to come out and whip you," Callie Ann said. "I already run off 2 she-bears for practice." "Them is my sisters," Mr. Bear cried. "Now I'm boiling mad." He threw himself against the door. A moment later, Mr. Bear broke down the door. "I'll show you the bigger bear," he bellowed. Through eye-stinging smoke, Mr. Bear saw his blurry reflection in the candlelit mirror. Thinking it was his rival, he charged. With a crash, Mr. Bear and the mirror tumbled out the window and into the river below, which swept them away. In the morning, Callie Ann found her way home. Her mother hugged her tight while her dogs jumped up and licked her face. When Mose got back, he laughed loudly to hear how Callie Ann had tricked Mr. Bear. Before long, Callie Ann had Mose for a stepdaddy. Seems her mama had had enough of folks who only seemed like quality, so she married the real thing. Later, Callie Ann had a new sister and brother too. The farm prospered, and so did the family, and they never had trouble with bears neither.